What's up, everybody? Yo, One Piece chapter 756. Hey, hey, Oda, I approve of this shit, yo. I approve of this. You got that lovely goddess Rebecca about to do her damn thing. And you got Diamante. You got those two squaring off. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Diamante the guy that took care of Rebecca's mother? Oh man, and then the flower field too. Oh man, if she don't get revenge, like man, I'm expecting this girl because I mean, you're the daughter, you're the daughter of the legendary Gladiator. Like your dad put in work. You survived in that Coliseum for so long. Man, she got to put in work, man. She got to put in work. I'm so expecting some crazy shit on this, man. I'm so expecting something completely epic. Like if Oda does this, like my expectations are so high right now. If Oda does this where you get like a mix of like the flashbacks and just like the heavy importance on the fact that she's getting revengeance on what happened to her mother, and just like that emotion, if Oda goes for the emotional angle, this is going to be the best fight in this arc, man. This is going to be, because, and the reason why I say that, I know you got Luffy and Doflamingo, that's being built up. It's obviously being built up. We know it's going to happen. And Luffy's fights, for the most part, they're a bit wonky, but they're, for the most part, epic. But the reason why I would say that this has potential to be the best fight of this arc is there's so much emotional buildup to this fight. And you see that terrified look on Rebecca's face. If she's able to overcome that fear, and if she's able to revenge her mother, that's going to be a huge payoff, because we've been stuck with that character for so long. We've been stuck with that character for so long, man. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting. Like the only way that I think Oda could top it is if we maybe get like Sabo, who's currently fighting Fujitora, but if we see Sabo and Luffy team up and they take down Doflamingo, that'd probably be the only way that gets topped. And then again, that's my opinion. I mean, I've yet to see how Oda kind of resolves this, but just kind of looking at setup and everything now, like, you know, in Shonen, we typically tend to focus more so, especially in Battle Shonen. One Piece is one of those series that's very tricky. It's not exactly a Battle Shonen, but it's not a adventure shonen all the way through. It mixes a bunch of different genre elements, so it's really hard to just kind of peg it down into one thing. But typically when you read battle shonens, you always, whatever the big flashy fight is, that's what people love. Like if you go through any series, that's typically what people love. And for me, the fights that have the most payoff are the ones I enjoy the most, because it's just a story build up. So I mean, this has potential, and I should have seen this coming. I really should have seen this coming, because you had that flashback to Lady Scarlett, and Rebecca's like mother, and she's smiling, getting all these warm, fuzzy feelings about her mother, and you know, you get the flashback because Viola was being punished because she's sneaking around with those dwarves and breaking stuff and playing pranks, act like a kid should, and you just see like a different side of the mother. And I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. But, you know, that's always how Oda writes. He gives you something serious, and then he gives you, well, he gives you something lighthearted, then he gives you something serious. You know, it's heavy hand, soft hand. I really should have seen that coming. And, you know, what's crazy is this arc, there's just so many dominoes being set up. Like, I thought Sugar was done. Now, all of a sudden, she's back, and, you know, Oda, you know, it's a very plot convenient, but it works out. It works out in the end, where Robin and Bartolomeo fall down, and they fall down just close to Luffy, right in that situation, and so they can, you know, get informed like, hey, yeah, sugar can turn people into toys, be careful, right? But then Robin's like, hey, Rebecca's got the key, you need to go to Rebecca to get Law's handcuffs off. Like, Law's being cucked right now, and the only thing I could say is I get why Oda did it. I really get why Oda did it, because think about everything that's going on right now. All this chaos, Law is the perfect person to end all this shit. And the reason I say it is, like, you look at that dome that he has, where he can just chop everybody up and switch body parts and all that stuff. Like, Law could stop all this foolishness right there. He could stop the foolishness, and you gotta take him out of the picture, especially since he got his ass whooped so bad by Doflamingo. Like, he's gotta get served up as a way to set things up for Luffy to eventually, take down the bad guys. So, I mean, I get it. He's got to play the jobber role. For those of you who are familiar with wrestling, you get that term. But for those of you who aren't, basically a jobber is the person who puts over the next guy. That's all it is. That's the main purpose, is to put over the next person. So I see what Oda's doing on Law, and I get it. I really get it. But I feel like at this point, Law, if you don't allow him to start fighting, he's going to be more of a hindrance than anything else. And he's too good of a character to kind of get, pushed into the Yamcha role. He's too good of a character. And the reason I say the Yamcha role, like, Yamcha's a joke in a Dragon Ball fandom, but I mean, for like probably 185 chapters, Yamcha wasn't a pushover. He was a really decent support character. And then he got left behind once you got to the Z portion of the story. And so I don't want to see that happen alone. That's what I'm really worried about. That's really what I'm worried about. I get it, he's one of the 7 warlords, and that holds some stature to it. But I mean, Luffy's made a bunch of those warlords his bitches. I mean, that don't really mean anything to me. So I mean, I get that. But I also liked how you had that moment where Sugar, everybody had a long nose. She was like, no, I'm turning you into a toy. I'm turning you into a toy, you into a toy. Usopp fucked up. She's got PTSD. And I like how Usopp is just scared shitless of her. And when Viola says, we've been spotted, or when Viola says, I spotted it, Usopp's like, we've been spotted. Like, he's only hearing part of it. And it's because he's freaking the fuck out right now. I mean, I love it. Usopp's always good for a good laugh. I mean, it's always good for a good laugh, but what's interesting about that is, like, Kanjuro shows up at the beginning of the chapter. Usopp and Viola and all them, they're like, they're good right now. Viola's using her ability to see everything, and Usopp's like, man, if Sanji had that, no woman would be safe, because he would be peeping everywhere. And he literally says that. But I mean, the flip side of that is, like, Kanjuro shows up and he's like, hey, yeah, I saw these people trying to climb up here, so I'm trying to repay my debt, so I made a net for them to climb up. And Usopp's like, you said you're going to commit suicide, do it. Usopp is so savage, man. Usopp is so savage. That is so fucked up, man. That's like literally, you're in that suicide prevention program, and you're like a counselor or some shit, and one of those kids just pisses you off, and you say, oh, you got a problem with slashing your wrists. Well, hey, here's a razor blade. Just go, hey, Nike, dude, just do it. Slash yourself up. We're going to miss your ass anyway. Like, that's kind of what Usopp did, man. That's kind of what Usopp did. I mean, this chapter, this is a setup chapter, but holy fuck, is this going to be a good fight. Holy fuck, is this going to be a good fight. I'm so stoked to see what Rebecca can do, man. I'm so stoked. Because, like, in the Coliseum with the Gladiator match and everything, it jumped around a lot. So I really want to see her put that training that Thunder Soldier, her father, gave her. I really want to see her put that training into use. But my chapter question to you guys is, on a scale from 1 to 10, take your knowledge of what's going to happen out. Take your knowledge of what's going to happen in this fight out, and just answer this. On a scale from 1 to 10, how important of a battle is this for Rebecca? Let me know why down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I have to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an incredible day, guys.